What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Show. My name's AJ Gills. How y'all doing? We are back with The Last of Us Part 2. This is kind of a weird video for me because I recorded this part. I recorded the part after this part. And while I was editing, I had a dog outside my office who was crying, wanted attention. You know, as they do. And I sort of accidentally, instead of deleting the sound check that I did on my microphone, I ended up deleting part 15. So now we're doing some weird video thing where this is being recorded after part 16, but I've already seen this part. It's a whole fucking thing. And oh boy, does the end of this one piss me off. I am very unhappy. I found the point where people are like, wait, what the fuck did they just do? If any wolves read this warn Isaac and the others, the rumors are true. There are new infected out there. Looks like something made it halfway to a bloater and took a turn. Ugly motherfucker. Maybe all the rain around caused a mutation. No idea. It was slow, so I put it down easy. But when I went to check it out, all these pustules on it exploded. Whole right side of my body is burned. Some kind of acid. If you see one of these things shambling towards you, stay back. Hence the term shamblers. But yeah, the end of this one, oh doggy, really pissed me off. I really don't like the direction that they went with this game. And I'm baffled that they went that way with it. Wow. And it's look, I'm not even gonna sit and go, well, how dare they go that direction? My issue is entirely structural.
Damn it.
Some WLF guys got hacked to pieces. Let's get out of there before they realize we're out here. Probably snipe them pretty easily. Only I had a silencer on my rifle. But no, oh boy, I have structural issues. I mean, look, I totally get why what they did pissed a lot of people off. From just a pure emotional standpoint, and I've seen people on Twitter, it seem like, oh, well, people are just mad because it's not what they wanted. And I'm like, there's a bit of that. I would argue the game that I've been talking about, how it's this big revenge game for Ellie or whatever, that it seems like they kind of set up, but then never follow through on, was a really neat idea. You know, I would have been on board with this. Hell, I would have been on board with a story that probably would have pissed a lot of people off. See, Misha, got word on you're replacing me, wanted to give you a few pointers. 1, the scars are sneaky bastards. Don't just watch the street, check the rooftops. They got their own sharpshooters. 2, keep the infected alive. When the scars cross, they have to deal with them. Once they reveal their position, take them out. Took out a pair of cultists, and am now watching the infected devour their bodies. It's fucking glorious. And remember, don't get cornered. May your survival be long and your death be swift. Beck. So he's a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Double barrel buckshot. Sorry, I love Beck. God damn, I got into so many arguments with people when I worked on radio over music. Because you know, I like Beck. I like another band that I'm. There's another band that I'm a big fan of. I really love. Come on, Brain. Limp Bizkit, there we go. I got into a lot of fights with people over Limp Bizkit. Oh, I know they're terrible, but I love them. So back on track. No, the direction that they went with this story, that in I'll put it this way, the characters you play as, because I was seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter and a lot of thumbnails that were making me going, wait a minute, they aren't going to do what I think they're going to do. And they do it. Based on that, I wouldn't mind that story if they would have just put us in that story from the very beginning. Instead, they have you play part of the game this way, and then they switch it up on you. I'll put it that way. I know. I'm trying not to spoil anything if you haven't seen it. Like I said, it's weird for me to sit here and know what's gonna happen and not address it. You know, mix that with the fact that I get a little rambly and a little more rambly and everything than I don't know. I thought lately I've been pretty good sticking to my points and you know, making sense. But yeah, I got way out there in the next one because I was just because in the moments I was just so baffled by this decision. Gonna let her pass. Gonna wait for her to come back in here, grab her. But yeah, like I was saying, just let's yeah, I've just got I got problems with what happens at the end of this one. Just wow. And you know, and I'll say up to this point, I would say this game is a 7 to 8. You know, it's a high 7, low 8. You know, and it's just because I found the story to be very bland and very. Maybe I'm being a little harsh. Maybe I'd say a low 8, high 9, or a high 8, low 9, just because I really think the gameplay is very good. And hell, even though I don't like the direction the narrative goes, I still like the gameplay. I still really like this game from that perspective. Yeah, I really like this game from a gameplay perspective. I think the performances are great. I think the performances are great. I think visually the game is really good. At the end of this video, I'm very curious to see if the bugs that I... Did he see me? I think he did. Shit.
Die here!
Damn it, I'm getting flanked. Did I just Incredible Hulk my way through that glass window? Like, I feel like that should hurt me, you know? That should cause me damage when I just, like, sprint through a glass window. I had a free Molotov, might as well. Got her.
Right.
as well swap out for a full-powered machete.
You again.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I really do. I like this game from almost every aspect except the narrative. Because up till this point, the narrative was bland and kind of boring. You know, because I think that they could have gone in so many interesting directions and they played it safe. You know, I kept saying, I put it this way. I really wanted them to push me to not like Ellie, to not agree with the decision she's making to get her revenge in all this. You know, I think that would have been really interesting. Maybe not wholly original, but it still would have been interesting. They don't do that. I mean, again, I'm not sure how much further I want to go into what they do. It's this. I describe it as they try and really heavily make you sympathize with the enemy, or with, you know, the people that we're trying to kill. They do it in a weird way, if you ask me. Jules, I hope you can forgive me. We were soaking cold, hungry when we reached the encampment. A Seraphite woman took care of us. Hot food, blankets. She radiated love. Treated me like one of their own. Her name is Karen. The plan was to board her boat and head for Haven the next morning. Then gunfire. Karen's head exploded from the bullet. Her blood splattered all over me. We scattered. Zachary was shot. It was our people. 2 wolves. They walked right by me. I think they thought I was their prisoner, and then something in me snapped. I pulled out my pistol and shot them in the back of the head. Zachary is sturdy and will pull through. We buried Karen and said a prayer for her. Zachary gave me a new name, Emmett. He says it means truth. I shaved my head and cut my face. Jules, I wonder if you'd even recognize me. Emmett. Alright. But yeah, but they try and do things in a way to make you sympathize with the other side. You know, it's that whole thing that, that Jesse was bringing up. You know, it's kind of this whole cycle of violence kind of thing, where it's, you know, where Ellie told him, you know, we're here because of what the WLF did to, or what the WLF guys that were hunting did to Joel, and, you know, well, they went after Joel for something Joel did, and then, you know, it's like I said, it's a whole cycle of violence. Although I would always argue, if you're going to take revenge on somebody, you hit them hard enough, they ain't coming back for you. That's me. But whatever. It's like I said, it's just the way they do it is so. It's almost like, how did you not know it would piss people off? It's almost like you made like half of one game and half of another. It just, it shocks me.
It's been too easy.
And again, I hope you'll kind of see what I'm getting at as we get there, because again, I'm really fighting it too, and I know I keep going into this. It's just I'm still trying to collect my thoughts on everything, but it's almost like I'm trying to think how much of it is me just emotionally attached to the characters that I'm playing as right now, being Joel and Ellie, and how much of it is it's truly poorly structured. No, you know what? I do think that I think saying that poorly structured is a good way to handle it. I also feel that we were sold on a game that they did not deliver. You know, again, it was pushed as this is Ellie's story. It's going to be her revenge story and everything, and then it partway through just completely pulls the rug out from under you. It's something that I always heard around the Star Wars movies. I think I bring this up in the next video, and maybe that's why I'm bringing it up now. But again, just when everything's getting recorded, it is its own thing. People, you know, I've heard people say, you know, oh, well, it's, you know, subverting expectations. You know, we heard that a lot around the Last Jedi, which I've actually heard people call this game the Last Jedi of video games.
God damn.
What was I saying?
Holy shit.
Oh, if anybody catches it, that's the video game we played with Riley. Was that her name in Left Behind? Right, subverting expectations. The concept is interesting. I agree. You know that when you're expecting one thing and they do another. You know, I think people have brought up let's go the revolver. Let's. You know what? Let's put it into stability with the revolver. I'm trying to think here. What's the statement I was thinking? When people talk subverting expectations, think of something like The Departed, where you know you think you're going to be with one character and then boom, it drops you into a different perspective partway through. It's done very well. You know, it follows all these characters this entire time. It just... This game, I'd say, would do something... It does something similar. Except it just does it with Tarantino-esque time jumps and... You'll see what I mean near the end of the video. It's just... And nothing like a loader. Gross.
Goddamn floaters! Wondered when the fuck we're in Seattle.
Oh, fuck me. Damn it. Oh, that's so gross. I kind of lost where the hell I was in my brain. Yeah, maybe dodging to the side like that would have worked if I wasn't next to a wall. Oh, fuck. And we're done.
Shit.
Okay. Back to that damn Ferris wheel.
Alright, I don't think there's anything else to grab. Yeah, I don't know what I was ranting about anymore. I just, like I said, I just don't like the direction that we went. Look, maybe it's because it's because of my connection to these characters. Maybe it's because of, I don't know. But for people to act like, well, I don't get why people are so pissed off. No, they say the last game was a masterpiece, and oh, because it does things with the characters that you loved from the last one that you don't like. Oh, you don't like? I'm like, yeah, that kind of pisses people off that you take beloved characters and you kind of, I don't want to say you retcon them, but you don't give them. That's like, oh yeah, we just turned Nathan Drake into a serial killer. Not saying that Nathan Drake hasn't killed a shitload of people in all the Uncharted games, but again, that's part of just that whole video game thing that we're just kind of supposed to ignore. But there's a little gaming station back here. It's cool. I can't breathe. The horror of it all. We stopped in this derelict building for some last-minute supplies before we were attacked by a large demon. It was reaching for me when Zachary leaped in front of it, hacking away at it with his hatchet. The demon grabbed him by the face and ripped his head in two. I knew he was gone, and I ran. I'm not a coward. There was no other way. I'm by myself now. I must continue this journey to its end. I will make it to the island and join my new brothers and sisters. I will find Zachary's parents and honor his name, Jules. I suspect our paths will never cross again. I will pray for your soul. Goodbye, my friend. Emmett. So I like this idea. This is kind of like a little internet cafe sort of thing. It's neat.
Finally. There. Okay. Almost there.
I'm getting like weird flashbacks to the first Tomb Raider game, and I'm talking to the new ones by Square. You know, the Crystal Dynamics, I guess is probably the better way to put that. I mean, hell, you want to talk disappointing sequels? Tomb Raider franchise. I guess that's not fair to. What was the second one? Was that one Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Can't remember. Because they all made their names made no sense. The Rise of the Tomb Raider was really good. The first, or no, Rise of the Tomb Raider was the third one. Was that the second one? whatever, the Crystal Dynamics ones. The first one was really good. I really liked it. I thought the second one was a really good sequel. And the third one, in my opinion, was total ass. I know people who loved it. I heavily disagree.
Okay. Abby, where are you?
Ah, there we go. If anybody's wondering, I tried. You cannot break these little tanks here. And also, sadly, there is no giant shark fight. Or shark fight in which anybody says, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Sadly. I was really kind of hoping for that.
What is all this stuff?
Well, this is what some people would call an aquarium, or as I prefer to call it, a fish zoo. And if anybody wants to tell me, AJ, that's really stupid, yup. I still stand by it. Fish zoo. Also, I want to see Ellie get stung by a jellyfish and her have to pee on her foot to keep it from, you know, poisoning her or something like that. I don't know how jellyfish work. All I know is you're supposed to pee on a jellyfish thing, and that would be funny.
Where the fuck are you? Shit.
I remember. There we go. This game involves a lot of Ellie crawling through ventilation ducts. Very Sam Fisher-esque. You know, I like how you don't have to shake your flashlight to keep it running as much as you did in the first game. I still wish it did involve having to shake your flashlight to keep it running. I mean, it was cute in the first game and all, but come on.
Shit. Stupid dog. God. Fuck happened here?
Amateur surgery or field medicine. Take your pick.
Shit. Owen. Really?
Alright, that door's locked. Alright, let's start the rapid decline.
How many times has Abby risked her life for you?
She chose this. I'm not fucking going there.
Then don't! Go back.
Fuck you, Owen. Hands up.
Where's Abby?
You're that girl from Jackson.
Tell me where she went.
How do we know you won't kill us?
Give her what she wants. And
Oh, I'd kill you. I'd do it anyways.
I just need her.
bullshit.
Come here.
Fucking get over here!
I mean, Ellie was so hell-bent on getting the whole group at the start, and now she's like, look, I don't need to kill you guys. I just need Abby. No, all of them. All of them. Let's go. Come on.
It better fucking match up.
What are you doing?
She's probably dead anyway.
It is not worth it.
Stop!
We can talk
Back
about
the fuck up!
Shoot him.
Point to where she is.
Fucking point!
Hey, the weird visual glitch that I got last time is, basically while I was doing this, you know, this little QTE, I had a pistol in my hand, somehow. Then she picks up that gun and half of the gun didn't render, so she was holding the grip. It was pretty funny.
Tell me where Abby is.
Where the fuck is she?
Oh, and also to add, just make it even funnier, I was also kind of her revolver was just floating around. And see, this is my I honestly think there are two reasons why they made Dina pregnant in this game. Exactly. The first time I did this video, I really came up with, oh, is this why Dina was pregnant?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. It's all right. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
You know what I mean? Like I was sitting there thinking, was this why Dina was pregnant? Was to make this scene interesting or meaningful? Oh my gosh, she killed a pregnant woman. As I would kind of call it, it's kind of like putting a hat on a hat. It's just Ellie, again, this is what I keep saying. The story, if this was actually about revenge and how far Ellie would be willing to go to avenge Joel, which I also keep arguing would make sense if little by little in this story, and then Abby gives the big confirmation reveal at the end of the game that Joel killed all the Fireflies to save Ellie and all that, and not have her know this ahead of time would have made so much more sense and been so much more impactful, but whatever. I'm not a designer. That her just, you know, being willing to just kill a pregnant woman, because it was clear she was pregnant even without opening her jacket, whatever. You know, oh my gosh, she killed a pregnant woman. You know, Dina didn't have to be pregnant for this scene. The only other reason that Dina being pregnant that kind of makes sense is that she was kind of being Ellie's kind of like support, listening in on the radio. But you could have done that with like an injury to her leg or something. I keep saying it. Dina pregnant is something that was not necessary, didn't need to be done. It could have been done just as easily with an injury, would have been just as impactful. It's like I said, it's a hat on a hat. It's unnecessary. It also kind of gives some little turmoil between Ellie and Jesse, but that's one, they've never developed off of it, and you're going to see what happens in a second, and you're going to say, well, what was the point, which is going to make you ask, what was the point of even having them have that little confrontation? I want to get some of these thoughts out here at the, before the end. Again, I'm not a fan of Ellie just, oh my gosh, I can't believe I killed people. I'm like, well, yeah, we've been killing people all the way through. Like, really, just every time she exacts revenge, it's just, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. Really, come on, can we get used to it? Like, start getting used to being Rambo. There's one other thing. Yeah, again, my other real issue, it's just that it's not... No, I think that's about everything. Yeah, I don't know.
It's completely covered in snow.
Nah, by the time we get there, this whole area will be thawed. Where are you going?
Needed some air. What are you guys doing up?
Couldn't sleep.
Come take a look at this. Thought is to head home via Ellensburg.
We're in Falls City by tomorrow. We're doing good. Hey. They got what they deserved.
But she gets to live.
Yeah. Is that okay?
No.
It has to be.
No, it don't. God damn it.
I'm really not looking forward to going through Idaho again.
What you should be worried about is what Maria's gonna do to you when we get home.
We've been through worse. However, as I was passing through some ritzy section of town, I come across this necklace. It sparkles a lot. I think it's real gold.
You think it's real gold?
It's real gold.
Let's see it.
I know what gold looks like.
If it's legit, can we say it's from all of us?
Ha! You find your own damn bribes.
How you doing?
Fine.
Ellie?
Fine. Thanks for coming back for me.
My friend's problems are my problems.
You're such a sap.
All right, how about, my friends can't get out of their own damn way?
It's better. Shit.
And that's why I said it makes no sense to cause confrontation between her and Jesse.
Hands in the air, I shoot this one.
And she just shows up to their main base.
Get out of here!
Stand up! Now!
What the fuck?
Fuck off!
Why?
All right?
Why?
Stop! Stop! Toss your weapon. Toss your weapon!
No.
I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. There is no cure because of me. I am the one that you want. Just let him go. You killed my friends.
You killed her father.
Let you both live.
Kind of.
And you wasted it.
And the Tarantino time jumps. Because now we get a fucking flashback. I mean, the fact that she was at that Ferris wheel area.
Dad! Dad!
See, and yes, for the next little bit, we play as Abby. I mean, hell, I play for another hour past this in the next video, and you're still playing as Abby. I really think, because, and it goes, you know, this is, you know, just a little, like, I'm not going to spoil what this section is. I think it's kind of obvious as we play through the next little bit, but whatever. But after that, it goes back to day one where Ellie was in Seattle, goes back to day one, and we're playing as Abby, so we're seeing the story from her perspective. It is so unnecessary. We could have done this with maybe a minor flashback, we could have kept playing as Ellie, kept her story going, I don't know, kept hunting down the member of the Wolves, or hell, gone through another door or two and probably found Abby at the aquarium. Instead, we haul back because Ellie's freaking out. Oh my god, I killed a pregnant woman. And Abby, what? I mean, does she follow them? And if she follows them, I got a few questions. Why'd she wait so long to actually attack them? Because, you know, Ellie was taking like a nap with Dina or whatever, so, you know, clearly she waited. Two, how the hell did she get in the theater? Did you guys not lock that place down? I understand maybe you can't, you know, you can't find everything, but still, why? Jesus Christ, it makes no sense of why you have it go that way. You know, she's hunting her this entire time, and boom, she just shows up alone without like squadron of people. And then there's this whole story that, you know, because I bring this up in the next video, but if anybody remembers, I think it was a PSX, like from I think 2 years ago. I want to say it was 2 years ago at PSX, where, you know, they did an interview with, I believe, Abby's voice actress and two children. And I was trying to figure out how these children play into this, and now I get it, because with what Owen and them were talking about, Abby and the scars, that's where this storyline is going to happen. So it's basically we have two parallel storylines going through this story. This is kind of like what they did in The Departed, kind of, where they just switch perspectives partway through the movie. But The Departed, from what I remember, it's been a while since I've seen The Departed, but you're with one character as the main character, and then he dies, and then it swaps to another character. This, we play partway to Ellie. They cut it off at such a random point. That's like a commercial break, and now we have a flashback. And it's like I said, we're not picking up at the same point with a new character. No, we are totally starting the game over again from a different perspective. It's kind of cool. You see some neat things as Abby, I'll say that. Gameplay with her is actually very similar to Joel. I think I said this earlier. Look, if they wanted us to play as Abby at the start of the game, kill Joel, and then have Ellie come at us and put us in that position and watch Ellie be the villain and kind of have that whole... It's perspective. It's a whole thing I've been seeing a lot on Twitter. Is Joel really a good person? Is what he did at the end of the first game right? I think that there's some, you know, we can sit and argue that, and I talk about that in the next video. But I still say I would have done what Joel did. I would have protected and saved Ellie. That's what I would have done in his shoes. And you know, if you want to keep that idea of, well, it's just perspective, fine. We could have played as Abby this whole time and had a narrative like that of her being hunted by Ellie. That would have kind of been cool. Or it's this revenge story. We see Ellie go extremely dark, kind of like what Joel had to do in the 20 years between when Sarah died and when he met Ellie. You know, we see her kind of dive into that person, that all it takes for a good person to lose their innocence and really go dark like that is to lose somebody they care deeply about. I argue that it's still a little confusing that they had her figure out and hate Joel and all this for like 2 years before everything happens, and not show us any of that time over the 2 years. I still think the timeline in this game is all over the fucking place because we keep revealing shit in flashbacks that shouldn't be flashbacks. That's just me. It's basically what I'm saying. It's like they made 2 games and slammed them together. Like, no, I think either of these ideas could have worked on their own, but they didn't want to do either. They wanted to do both, and then it's just structurally, it's a fucking mess. Wow, I cannot believe they did that. Wow. Either way, sorry about that rant, and the next video is fairly ranty. I'll try and keep that out of everything in the videos from part 17 onward. It's wow. But either way, we're going to close here, guys. Thanks for watching. Social media's in the description. Like, comment, not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Gels. This is Something Game Channel. I'm out.